Top of the morning, afternoon, night, depending on where you at. It's the Pope, your host to do the most. Welcome to the Just Being Frank show. But being blunt, it's the only way to go. And today we have to be very, very frank about this situation. Serious situation. R.I.P. to Austin Metcalf. Shout out to his family. Prayers up goes to his family. Just lost his life from a senseless killing at a track meet, high school track meet. High school track meet. The kid is not only a track athlete, he's also a football athlete who was on his way to being a college football athlete. Why'd I say that? He was All-American in his junior year and all kinds of stuff. In the state of Frisco, well, not state, but the city of Frisco in the state of Texas. Kid just got into an altercation with another kid, a black kid at that, right? And now this is where, I'm gonna play a video and react to this video. I haven't even seen it yet. I just know I like Melanie King. Shout out to you, Melanie King. You do great work. So she reacted to this situation. Jason Whitlock, a lot of people has reacted to it. I said, I got to touch on this myself. I have to speak on this because I've been speaking about, like, I can't recognize our black people no more. I can't recognize this no more. We don't have the same morals, values, none of that type of stuff. It's all out the door. We have let hip hop culture destroy black culture. We didn't let the streets and the thug shit destroy our black culture. Too many kids want to be thugs and steppers and all of this, and drill sergeants and all of this type of stuff. And they come from nice homes and things of that nature, this is crazy. So let's dive into this video and I chime in. But man, sad situation. I want to know, before I start this, where is Black Lives Matter? Again, my thing is, why don't we be outraged when we see foolishness, regardless if it happens to white, black, no matter what color? When you see foolishness, why not be outraged about the foolishness? And everybody who's about good shit, on the good side of things, stand for something, should be outraged. But it don't matter what color a kid is or a person is. What should matter is wrong, right. That's it. But we so caught up in colorizing shit. Oh, so a black kid stabbed the shit and killed a white athlete who 4.0 GPA student, mind you. Christian values and all of that, going to church, whole family Christian. Oh, we don't care, huh? We don't care then. But all they had to do was be reversed. All they had to do was be a white boy who stabbed a black kid who was on his way to being a college athlete and 4.0 GPA, and just got stabbed in the heart by a white kid over a seat, over being in my section. Crazy. Let's play the video. Let's play the video.
Nah, you can miss me with all the He brought a knife to the track meet. Nah, you can miss.
Hold on, little mama. Before you start talking, Matt Walsh. Okay, I want to read this long comment on here because I see Jason Whitlock says thank you. So that this comment must be saying something. Let me read it just in case nobody does. It say, if I told you that a young man stabbed another young man to death over telling him that he was in the wrong section, and then I told you that one young man in this altercation was white and the other black, and then I asked you to guess the race of the assailant, every single person would know the answer immediately. Young black males are violent to a wildly, outrageously disproportionate degree. That's just a fact. We all know it, and it's time that we speak honestly about it, or nothing will ever change. Ouchie. Jason Whitlock said, thank you. As much as I hate it, Matt is right. Zeke Abram? I can't really see it. But yeah, man, Zeke Abram. That is it, and it's sad, man. That's what I'm saying. That's a sad situation. The fact of the matter is that hip hop culture and us parents too, my generation, we have allowed the younger generation to listen and watch whatever they want. And with all of the shit nowadays that goes on social media, like kids don't even care to watch TV no more because it's so much entertainment of whatever they would want to see on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. It's so much of entertainment if they want to see, and it has it's everything is like non-educational basically too. It's like destroying their brains. But I don't know. In the black community, I know for sure we get them phones to our kids early. I know white people do. I know everybody do. But it's a difference on how you got to monetize. You got to monitor your kids when you give them these devices. You should. I don't care if they're 15, 16, 17. You know, I have people, I heard parents say, I don't want to be in their business, so they don't look through their kids' phones or none of that type of stuff. But they'll quickly go and look at their husband's phone and trying to see everything he doing and following his every move and so on and so forth. But they let their kids run them up. Let your kid, but you come personal private investigator, private detective when it come to trying to find something in your man's DM, right? In his DMs or in his phone, right? When it comes to your kids, turn a blind eye.
Miss me with all the comments talking about, oh, well, something that was said must have caused him to be outraged. What was said in the argument? No. You brought a knife to a track meet and you sat in your opponent's section. You don't do that.
Yeah. Not a gunfight. You brought a knife to a track meet, not a gunfight, to your opponent's section. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No. You brought a knife to a track meet and you sat in your opponent's section. You don't do that unless you're looking for a problem. Yep. If you're not looking for an issue, if you're not looking for controversy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, a 17-year-old track runner from Texas, Austin Metcalf, was brutally unalived at a track meet and passed away in his twin brother's arms when he was attacked by 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo sat in the section for the Memorial High track runners and was mouthing off behind them. And when Austin turned around to ask, who are you? What are you even doing here? He said his name was Mello and he wanted to sit there. And that's when Austin said, well, you're in the wrong section, because he was bothering his teammates because he was in fact in the wrong section.
We need to talk about what happened to Austin Metcalf and also the silence from the media who seem to want to push a certain narrative. And because of his race, he doesn't quite fit the propaganda that they try to spin.
It made him go away when they were doing CPR on him, but he was there when he was stabbed and he was holding, I guess, the wound to keep it from, he was trying to save his brother. But I think he said he saw when he took his last breath and before the CPR came back in. So for what I heard, he was unresponsive for 5 minutes. They were able to revive him a little, but I think it was just, it was too little too late.
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, you need to move. And he's like, make me move. Also grabbed his backpack. This kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my brother, and I'm not going to talk about the rest. So
man, that's some sucker. That's some sucker stuff, man. You's a sucker butt, man. He asked you to move, and you said make you, and then he goes to make. Listen, why you can't stand on again? You children, all y'all hear about is drilling and shooting and killing. Like what's wrong with your hands, man? If he was, let's just say, like devil's advocate, real quick, that Austin said something reckless to him, like get your bitch ass up out my section. And then let's even put it on thicker and said, get your bitch ass out my section, nigger. Let's just say he said that, right? I know probably he didn't. Austin, I'm just Let's do the worst case scenario of the things you could have said, right? To this young kid, Carmelo. Let's say he said, get your bitch ass out of my section, nigger. If that's the case, I mean, listen, first of all, violence never solves any answer. But if that riled you up or if that got underneath your skin, then, I mean, knuckle up. Whatever happened, hey, knuckle up then. What? You said what? You just, if that's how you carry yourself, if that took you aback, then okay. But grabbing a knife, first of all, like the lady said in the beginning, why are you bringing knives to track meets? In Frisco, Texas, where it's all peaches and cream. It's all gravy. It's the burbs. You're not going to Dorsey or Crenshaw High School, homie. You in Frisco, Texas, baby. What you do? Well, you need to bring a knife. Y'all, yeah, again, like that statement I read at the beginning. Black kids, man, this hip hop culture is ruining black culture.
That's just what I saw, and I try to help them. But
Austin Metcalf, a 17-year-old high school football player from Frisco, Texas, was stabbed in the heart, stabbed to death, after reportedly asking another student not to sit in a particular spot. That's it. That's all it took. A seating disagreement with some words exchanged, and a teenage boy pulls out a knife and takes his life in front of his own brother. This wasn't self-defense. This wasn't the heat of the moment. This was violent.
You stabbed my brother. You would have had to stab me too, sir. Because I would have tried to take that knife from you and stab you, sir. Yeah. This killer be killed. And you boy, you stabbed my brother in front of my face. You gonna have to stab me too. You gotta stab both of us. Yeah, because I'm trying to get you.
Intentional and evil. And while Austin's family grieves, national media stays quiet because it's not politically convenient to talk about. There's no outrage machine spinning for this boy, no protests, no hashtags, just silence. Why? You already know why. Because when the victim doesn't check the right boxes and the suspect doesn't fit the media's narrative of the preferred villain, they move on like it never happened. Enough is enough. A young life was taken, a family destroyed, and once again, the truth is being buried. But we will not stay silent.
Learning a little bit more about the death of this Frisco junior at a track meet yesterday.
So there is a 17-year-old in jail tonight charged with stabbing Austin Metcalf after some sort of altercation.
Yeah, Amelia McGavro's been working the story through the evening for us. Get some answers regarding this as well. What do you know?
Yeah, Doug, Nicole, our team has been working tirelessly to get more answers tonight. As of right now, investigators have not told us specifically what led up to the stabbing. But today, the father of Austin actually sat down with us, telling us that he actually had a dream about his son last night, giving him just a tiny bit of comfort in the midst of unbelievable grief.
Jeez.
He came to me and said, "It's okay."
Jeff Metcalf is still shocked and emotional, recalling his son Austin Metcalf's final moments, who died in the arms of his twin brother Hunter.
My other son, who was there.
Now notice how these the bleachers, right? This is their tent probably. This is another team's tent. It's another team's tent, right? So teams got their own tents because probably, of course, to block the sun. While they sitting out here, because for the track meet, you'll be sitting out here for hours. It's not like a basketball game, football. Well, football, you'll be out there for hours too. But a track meet can last anywhere from 4-5 hours. You understand? Because if you sprinting, you a sprinter, and depending on how many heats your kid got, if he running the 100, 200, 400, 4x1, long jump, hurdles, yeah. You're going to be out there all day long because that don't happen just back to back. No. He might have a 100 meter at 8 a.m. and not due for his next showdown until 2-3 hours later. Then he might do the 200. Then an hour later, he might have a 4-man relay. Then 30 minutes later, he might have a long jump, depending on how many heats in your kid compete. But this is crazy. So you mean to tell me these big ass bleachers and all these other tents, little Carmelo Anthony, spelled with a K, not the Carmelo Anthony from the NBA. Okay, this kid's name is Carmelo Anthony, spelled with a K. You come into their section, and again, yeah, I don't know the words. It don't matter the words that were said. It don't matter the words that Austin Metcalf used. So you could think of the most outlandish shit to say to somebody, the most disrespectful shit to say to somebody, and it doesn't require a stab to the heart, man. It don't that don't do it. Unless you pull out a pistol on me or you pull out a Pokemon yourself, then blades can go at it. But nah, man.
Was holding his hands on the hole, trying to save his life.
Jeez.
He told me, Dad, I looked at him. In his eyes, he was gone. He wasn't breathing.
Frisco police say after an altercation at a Wednesday morning track meet, 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony stabbed Metcalf, who was later taken to the hospital where he died.
They heard this individual behind them speaking, and they turned around and said, "Who are you?" And they said, "You're in the wrong spot. You need to go sit with your team." And then it escalated.
At a 17-year-old, he'll be tried as an adult.
Philip Linder is a criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor, giving insight on the case.
If there is no evidence of the young man who died having a deadly weapon or threatening to do serious harm to this kid, then he has no business using a knife. And so there will be no self-defense claim that he could really urge.
Anthony has been charged with first-degree murder and is in jail on a $1 million.
Now, mind you, I have paused right here so you can see this kid's face. Look, God, man. The kid, his parents, they living good. His parents bought him a Lexus, I believe his junior year or sophomore year, then turned around and bought him a Jeep. He came new his next high school year. Bought him a Lexus his sophomore year, then came new. So listen, again, for people who don't know Frisco, Texas is the burbs. It's the suburbs. Everybody living good. At some capacity. You hear me? It's really you rarely gonna see, the little beat up cars, and no, you're gonna see nice cars all over everywhere, all through the little neighborhood as you rolling through. Yeah. They got neighborhood Walmart. They don't got the deodorants and the detergents locked up where you gotta ask somebody to come out, unlock this. Now he don't live in that type of situation. His Walmart is free. His neighborhood Walmart and all of that shit, it's unlocked. You can just grab it. You can grab and go. Yeah. He live where you can leave your doors unlocked. Keep your car running and go in the store. Come out, it's still running. It's still smoothies. So for him to be acting out in that fashion, you gotta. It's parents that. So at first it goes to the parents because they allow him to do whatever, see whatever, and act out however he wants to. And they give him whatever, obviously. He probably got good grades. That's probably why they give him what he wants. Long as you got long as you ain't got D's and F's, that's a lot of black people in their household. D's, and long as you ain't got D's and F's, you get some C's, we cool. Nah, homie. You get some C's, you in troubles. That's like having a D in my house. That's like having an F in my house. See? D ain't an F. An F, you fuck. You get an F. You just... Yeah. But look at the kid, man. Probably a good kid, but here you go. Look, these locks, all black kids. Now all of a sudden want to wear locks like this. All the kids, they want to lock their hair up and shit. This shit used to be, we used to clown people who wore their hair like this. We used to think of them as dirty. You got dirty ass hair, woody wild wool. Now they done brought back in the 90s. You walk around this shit, we looking at you like a weirdo. But in 2025, oh, you fly. Oh, you a fly guy with this shit on your head. Mop top.
Dollar bond. Austin's dad also told us he doesn't want the story to lead to debates on race or politics, but hopes it inspires people to pray for their family.
I need my son back, but that's not possible. All I can ask for is just pray.
And I do want to note that our team did reach out to the family of Carmela Anthony earlier today and have not gotten a response yet. Doug, Nicole?
Amelia, there's so much to process here. What has the school district talked to you about in regards to security there?
Yeah, good question, Nicole. I actually did specifically ask the district what security measures did they have in place during this track meet? Did they have a clear bag policy? Did they have any metal detectors? Even a officer on site? I did not get a specific response.
Metal detect again. This ain't Crenshaw High. This ain't East Side High. Okay, this ain't East Side. This ain't that. You don't need no metal detectors.
From the district, but the district did say that Carmela Anthony was at the meet as a track athlete and participant.
Oh, give me a break. This is an absolutely outrageous, disgusting excuse for a defense. The audacity, the sheer goal of the perpetrator to twist this into some type of self-defense narrative is beyond comprehension. He wants us to believe that he wasn't the aggressor, that Austin Metcalf, the victim, was somehow the threat here. Say what now? We're supposed to swallow the idea that the only way to protect himself was to drive a knife straight into Austin's heart? Well, that's not the only option. Spare me. It's not.
He's scared of getting beat up in front of everybody. See, that's the only way you do stuff like this. You got to pull out a knife when there's a fight, especially as a high schooler. That's what we did in high school. We fought. We used to fight. You ain't no grown ass. Y'all not grown ass men. You're kids. Kids fight, especially boys. Are you kidding me? You were scared. See, that's another thing. See, everything goes viral now. People got these cameras, and every kid got a camera. So as soon as a fight break out, what's the first thing kids do? They grab their phone, get the recording. Second thing they do, post it. That's not funny. I didn't mean to laugh. But it's disgusting, actually. That's what it is. The kids is now scared of catching an embarrassment for the world to see, basically, all over social media. And so, oh no, you're not going to get the best of me all on for the world to see. I'm ready to put my life at risk and go to jail for the rest of my life so I won't go viral on possibly getting my ass whooped. Now, and see, you got to be a scary berry ass person to even think like that too. Like, I got to use a knife instead of fight. Because you must know you have no hands whatsoever. You've been silver spooned probably for all your life. Don't know nothing about that life that you trying to perpetuate out here in these streets, man.
Not just sad, it's infuriating. This isn't self-defense. This is someone trying to rewrite reality to escape consequences of a violent act. And the fact that he thinks anyone should believe this pathetic excuse is an insult to the victim, his family, and basic human decency. So let me get this straight. Someone gets pushed, and the immediate reaction is to pull out a knife and stab them in the chest? Are you kidding me?
Scared of
That's not self-defense. That's murder, plain and simple.
Tonight, we have new information from the deadly stabbing at a high school track meet.
Since 5 o'clock, Frisco police released the arrest report that details the moment officers arrived at the scene. The arresting officer writes when he reported he had an alleged suspect, the officer said Carmelo Anthony said he did it. According to the arrest report, the tragic event began with the suspect sitting under another team's tent as rain fell and being told to move. A witness told police Anthony immediately opened his bag and reached in, telling the victim, "Touch me and see what happens." When the victim pushed him, witnesses say Anthony pulled a knife from the bag and stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest. The murder suspect reportedly asked police on the scene if what happened could be considered self-defense and asking if the victim was going to be okay. Maria Guerrero takes a closer look at the case.
Wow. And again, the stupidity to think like, what do you think is going to happen after you stab this kid in broad cloudiness, but this is daytime hours, witnesses all around. Like, you that stupid? You ready to throw your futures here, take me, take my future, because this kid pushed me. So I'm gonna stab him in front of hundreds of people. I'm gonna stab this kid in front of hundreds of people at an event, a track meet. Y'all not in no secluded place. Y'all not in like a little party and everybody crowded, like just crowded together, and you stab somebody, don't nobody know what's going on because of party music, and then nobody hear y'all arguing. No. Track meet, people sitting down, it's all chill. And here you are. Touch me and see what happens. So this is premeditated, bro. You brought a knife to the track meet. For what? And if you dive deeper, don't let them find out you know this kid and y'all have some kind of history or beef. Because if they feel like you came up there intentionally to start some shit, you've been knowing this kid and y'all been had an issue, that you actually came up there to do just that, to start something, go sit in a section, start something, he'll say something to you. And then if he put his hands on you, you think you can stab him. The stupidity. So, yeah, your parents, oh, Lord, gee, the Anthony family. Your kid is silly and it's on y'all. Because he think he's smart because he might be book smart. But he listen to hip-hop. He listen to gangster rap. So since he listen to, I can't say hip-hop. I don't want to put hip-hop in that light, but it is hip-hop culture. That's what they call it. They don't call it gangster culture. They call it hip-hop culture when it's rap music, even if it's gangster rap music. And most of all the music for rap now is gangster music. And so he listening to that, but he living in the suburbs out in Texas, living good. Family, this kid ain't on no food stamps, none of that type of stuff. No Social Security, is both his parents is together, all that type of stuff. And here he is thinking how stupid. Listen, I'm telling you, this internet has dumbed a lot of people down. He thinking, oh, if I entice, I can probably, listen, man, as I said that, I probably can guarantee you that's what it was. If I wouldn't be a gambling man, he don't like this kid already. They had, whether they didn't play against each other in football or whether they didn't came across each other because they both live in Frisco. And so this kid, Austin Metcalf, God rest his soul, he was an All-American junior season. This is junior year. He was an All-American. He was basically promised to be going D1 next year after his senior year. On a athletic scholarship, but the boy had a 4.0 too, so he could have went anywhere on an academic scholarship as well. and he probably carried himself, however, whatever. You know, again, they got money, so everybody got a little bit of money, and everybody, man, this is ridiculous. So again, don't let the police find out that you knew this kid and had some kind of beef with this kid prior to this, because it really don't make no sense for you to bring no damn knife to track meet, homie. Like, y'all not even like, oh.
The case and the grief in Collin County.
Facing 5 to 99 years in prison if convicted, Carmelo Anthony no longer appearing as emotional.
5? This should be 99 to 99. What you mean, 5? 99, 99.
As he did after being arrested in the stabbing death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf.
They were twins, identical twins, and his brother was holding on to him, trying to make it stop bleeding, and he died in his brother's arms.
The horrifying scene playing out Wednesday morning during a district track meet with over 100 student athletes participating. Frisco police say Anthony, a centennial.
Hundreds of witnesses around. It's 100 athletes. How many parents and coaches and all of that? Parents, coaches, people from the school, students who just there to watch. Family members, cousins, aunties, uncles, grandparents. Yeah, it's hundreds of witnesses. And you put your hands on me. You under the impression, oh, if he pushed me, I can kill him, huh? That's self-defense. You gonna ask the police, oh, dumbass boy. That's self-defense though, right? Could that be self-defense? Because he pushed me. Somebody that stirred you wrong, young man. Your father. It's your father.
Student stabbed Metcalf, a Memorial High School student, during a fight. The victim's family says Anthony was told he was sitting in the wrong spot and that the teens did not know each other.
Let's be clear here. A push isn't a punch. It's not a brawl. It's not a deadly threat. It's a shove. Maybe it stings your pride, but
okay. Look, I'm gonna stop it right there. Shout out to Melanie King again. Go subscribe to her channel and all that good stuff. But that's just, hey, that's the facts of the matter, man. We have to do better in the Black community, especially. We gotta monitor what our kids is watching and listening to. We have to. I live in the suburbs, right? You feel me? But shit, I let my son know. Like, my sons know, man. We don't play. Ain't no messing around. It ain't no doing no stupid stuff. You understand? Book smart, street smart. Listen, we got to pray for these kids, protect our kids, and it's on us parents, especially us fathers. We have to do better. We got to do better. It's the Pope, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about this sad situation. Like and subscribe. Peace and love. Share the video. I'm out.